So let's go through this program one more time. And the program start with is really the main program and stop the watchdog timer. And we will turn on and off the LEDs, either both the red or the green, using a few different methods. Just try to demonstrate it. So let's build and debug the whole thing there. So once we start to debugging, we stop at the main, and we do a single step. And the first one is stop watchdog timer, so which we just will skip that one. Now, once we get into the first instruction is to turn the P1 directions, both of them to on direction. So right here, I want to bring your attention to these registers. Okay, so there are three of those tabs here, and the register one is the one which will reflect what's on the TI chip. If you keep going down on this screen, you will notice there is a thing called port 1 and 2, and do detail on that part and expand that part. We will come up with the P1 in, P1 out, and P1 third. And you should be quite familiar with the P1 third and the P1 out, because these are the two registers we have been doing to control the LEDs. Okay? So the P1 third here is originally reset into 00, so that's the hex value of 0. Both of them are 0. So bit 0 is 0, bit 6 is the red, and the green are both of them are 0. So the first instruction we are doing is to change the direction to 41. So let's do a single step, go through it. Okay. Once we move on to assign the 41 into the P1 third, this immediately changed to the 41, which means that both the bit 0, which is the red, and the bit 6, which is the green, both of them is in the output direction. So 41 to reflect what we have set up in this part. Then the next instruction we're going to do is that P1 out. P1 out, as you are aware of it, is really control the lights of the LED. So P1 out, we set it to 01, means we're going to turn on the red. Okay? And if watch out that when we move on to the next instructions that do the P1 out, this P1 out really is reflecting what we have done over here. Okay? But I also want to keep looking at this guy called P1 in, which is 6 in here. Okay? So let's do one single step through it. We move to the next one, and notice that both of the P1 out and the P1 in has changed. P1 out is changed to 01, which is what we asked him to do. And P1 in also changed from 06 to 07, and which is a reflection of the red is being on. So P1 in really just echo back what we controlled it, that particular status. Okay? And there are other bits being turned on also. That's why there was originally a 6 in there. And 6 plus 1 is 7. That's what so bits 1, 2, and 3, all 3 bits are on. That's why the bit 7 is in P1 in. But for now, you want to watch out for will be the P1 out is 1. And if you have your board on, the LED should be on. Okay? The P1 direction is still the same. Next instructions we're doing is really to clear out the P1 out. So we should turn off the lights. Okay? So let's do F6. Go to the next step, which we did. Okay? We very much turn off the lights and also have the P1 out become 0. Also notice the P1 in also changed to 6 because the same bit 0, which is the red LED one, has also been cleared on the P1 in. Alright, and there is one other thing is gets turned on, which is the interrupt flag, and we will cover the interrupt later on in the semester. But for now, let's ignore that one for now. Okay. Next instruction is just try to show you there are two different ways of doing it. We turn off the lights. We can also turn it on. Previously, we turned on by doing the hex. Now we can also do binary. Okay, so this is the binary mode 0B 0000001, which is that only that the red LED bit is on, and it will also do the part of the LED, the P1 out, the red LED is turned on. Okay, so next instruction is to turn on the green only. So look at the previous one, we turn on red, but we also turn off the green. And by reading the P1 out back in, look at the P1 out. P1 out is already 01. And if we read it back out and we OR it with 40, then we will add the 40 into this original P1. So that should become 41. That means we're going to turn on both the red and the green. All right? Let's see how it does. Okay, it does do that. So we got a 41, and which will, in essence, is to turn on both of the LED lights, okay, both red and green. Next one, we will toggle the red, and toggle by doing the exclusive OR. Exclusive OR with the original P1 out. So this is the P1 out is 41. If we exclusive OR with 01, then that should become 40, because that's what the exclusive OR does. Okay? And if you're not quite familiar with exclusive OR, you should go back to the other, the previous instructions. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Step over, and it does change that thing back to 40. Okay, then next one, we'll toggle both red and green. Okay, at the moment, what we have is that green is on and the red is off. So what we are trying to do here is we will toggle doing the exclusive OR. So notice that this is the same notation as that the head and equal is the same as that the equal P1 out head with exclusive OR with 0x01. Okay, so next instruction, we turned both of them changed. Okay, and the next chunk, we go through the next steps here, is really to show you that by doing it one at a time, it's the same as doing it both together. So it says that we do a P1 DIR, we turn on the red, and the directions of the red and direction of green, it will be the same as we turn both of them, set both directions at one time. So we'll just leave it for you to exercise through it. Okay? Then it's a good programming practice. Instead of using the OX40 and all that stuff, OX041, what we should do is that we should do using some definition of what's red and what's green. And what's red? What we define here is that red is a bit 0. And we defined green is bit 6. So what's bit 0? And bit 0 has previously been defined. Okay? If you look at the bit 0, you can open declarations of the bit 0. So bit 0 in essence is really OX01. And bit 6 is right here, is OX40. And that's being defined in the program called MSP430G2 .h. So this is the pre-programmed file which we included in our original programs, which is right here. It's part of the 430.h. 430.h including this file in there too. Okay, so the bit 0, the red, you can also define it as this binary or hex, or the better way would be define it as a bit 0, which is already other people define it for you. Okay? And now, so by using that similar mechanism of what we did early on, that we can just turn on, turn off. So this guy is ready to turn on the red. It will be pretty straightforward to understand. It will be if it's an OR, and OR with the red is turn on the red. If it's OR with the green, it's turn on the green. And if it's AND with the not green, that means we're going to turn off green, not green. But you have to using the AND. Okay? And or if you want to turn on both of them, toggle both of them, it will be exclusive OR, and exclusive OR will be having both red and green all together, and it will toggle both of them. Now, the other notations you could also use will be using the plus. Okay? Happens to be that because this is a 1 and this is hex 40, and if you all them together or add them together, the result is the same. So that either ways will work. Okay? It all depends on the preference. All right, so a few things to notice is really practicing through each one of those combinations, and then understanding that the P1 out and directions. And if you want to explore into the P1 in, I think that would be great. Okay.